Rain Dancer, hello. Can you hear me? Gail Cook, hello. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure. Nope. Liz, yeah, good. Maid Marian, hello. I'm glad you can hear me. Alrighty. I thought about actually going live on Facebook, but I've never done it before. Because I can reach more people and piss more people off. But hey, you know, is it, yeah, can you find hair looks great? Oh, my hair needs cut bad. All the dead ends and everything. Oh my god, I cannot control what's going on up here at all. You should see me when I wake up. Oh my god. Uh, Anna. Anna Grissom. Today's your birthday? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. No. Say it's your birthday. Kansas City Lights, hello. It's been a long time. Yes, it has since you've seen you. I hope you've been well. I hope everybody's been well. Considering a lot of shit's been going on, folks. How's the highest coronavirus? Yeah. Well, as of 6 o'clock today, our governor had mandated the other day, as of 6 o'clock this evening, it is mandated. You are outside and not in your car. You are to wear a mask. It doesn't matter if you're walking through a parking lot, if you're walking in the park, if you're walking down the street. It doesn't matter. You have to have a mask on, and it's a $750 fine, and possibly up to 3 months in jail. So, yeah. So I was like, well, doesn't look like I'm going to the zoo or the amusement park anytime this year. So I'm a little upset. But there's a lot of things that's been going on that has been totally pissing me off. Or in Florida, you don't have to wear a mask outside just to have social distance. Yeah. Well, I got some friends down in Florida visiting right now. And they don't know it yet. But when they come back, they have to quarantine for 14 days. Which I know for a fact they're not going to do. It's so weird because the wife... he's a good friend of mine. I went to school with him. He's a good friend of mine. And his wife makes masks and sells them. Made a killing on it. She refuses to wear one. Oh, it's hilarious. Sam Rockwell, yeah, Nancy Pelosi putting windmills and solar panels in an emergency corona bill so we gotta wait on an extra 2 months to get that second check. Didn't even know there was a second check coming. Hello, Sam. Yoko says, set Miami. Kathy Rebuilds, hello, I am well, how are you? My niece went to Bam Zoo, safe, but inside exhibit closed. Joe Biden is starring in Weekend at Bernie's too. Joe Biden has been named in the Ukraine when the Ukraine said that they were coming out. This is right before the coronavirus stuff happened, when the shit went down with Ukraine and you know, the holding of money and blah 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 blah. Well, Joe Biden has been officially named in the lawsuit. So Joe Biden looks like Banjo Boy from the movie Delivers. Yeah, these fine things, Les. Yes, I'm a Democrat, but crap. On yeah, Nancy Pelosi really needs to get the hell out of there. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about making a sign and just standing at the end of the road. I really am. Get Pelosi out of office. It's a shame of it is that her is that she's not even in my district for me to even vote, or else she'd be gone. Dukakis led Bush Sr. by 17 in August of '88, lost big. I remember that. If it was up to me, I'd rather have Tulsi Gabbard in there. If it was up to me, I'd rather have myself in there. So, this is Zombie. Hello. I've been good. How have you been, Mrs. Monster? She needs to go through that, but like Biden, don't kill me. Trump's no prize, but Biden, I don't want either one of them. I really don't want either one of them. I really don't. I really, really don't. But there's a lot more going on than that, folks. A lot more going on than that. And, as you all probably have heard a bunch of stuff, been living this crazy life, trying to survive. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? You know, and then trying to discuss some of the stuff with my mom. She keeps calling me and asking me things, and the problem is, she doesn't remember some stuff. So I'll talk to her, and we'll be simpatico, and then 3 days later, we'll talk again, and she don't remember anything that. And I'm like, Mom, we've discussed this. So, and I'm like, so like this evening, my phone ended up dying, but my mom and I were discussing stuff, and she started getting upset. I was like, Mom, why? I'm not mad. Why are you getting upset over shit? I'm like, I'm not disagreeing with you or nothing. I mean, I don't. And then she kind of switches her views on a few things. Now here, we're in my city. We've really not had an issue until now. One of our nursing homes, got 10 patients already who have it, and yeah. So I was like, damn, I used to work there too. So we know how that goes. Let's just hope and pray that they'll be all right in there, and that they do get proper help. Carrot Top, hello. My father-in-law is like that. You're so lucky to have Jeff Jordan in Congress. He's like a pit bull. Huh? Our Taco Bell got shut down because someone there has it. They haven't. Taco Bell here is still drive-through only. They never even open up the door. Alabama is number 8 in the country. Yeah, I know. But it's different everywhere. And like I said, a lot of things have been happening. Now, a lot more than the COVID is going on. Actually, tell you the truth, the COVID thing to me is kind of taking a sway to the side a little bit. But you can't help but take notice of it because it's like right front and center. It affects everything that has anything to do with anything, really, for real. I wish it would just go away already. It's not good. God B, hello. Like Calvin has a brain. Knows the state that Trump's going to have a rally in, and it spikes. Huh. Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll be here in Ohio. Ohio is typically a Republican state, typically, but Ohio voted for Brock for 2 terms. So, um, but anyway, there's a lot more going on than just that. One of the things that's pissing me off more than anything, and you guys know I like history. Hey, boo boo, hello. Where the hell have you been? Well, I went through a depression, a really bad um, depression, and and then I'll be honest with you, for like the past week, I've just been farting around with other people, just trying to get a feel for things and stuff like that. Be honest with you. Um, Aha has best congressman. Uh, some of them are pretty good. Some of them pretty good. Well, thank you, Gail. I'm glad to be back. I'll be honest with you. Um, hey, boo. Oh God, sorry, Les. Hope you're doing better. Yeah, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm even doing better around the house and stuff. I was just a zombie there for a couple months. Literally a zombie. I mean, nobody pissed with me. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. You been staying in, Les? Well, I've been staying, yeah, at close to home. I haven't went out to, well, I did go, um, to like the little corner store and stuff, but you know, um, missing my brains. Yeah, welcome to the club. I'm on 5 different antidepressants. They just throwing pills at people. Oh, I've been depressed since teenager. I had a nervous breakdown at 17. With the state of everything going on, it's understandable. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's what sent me into a profession. I really don't. Because the only thing I do is I get pissed. Um, 8-year-old little boy was killed at our mall. So sad. Aw, I hate to hear that. Well, anyway, like I said, there's other things going on that has really, really tugged at my nerves. For real. One of the things I was talking about earlier to other people not online. Um, since when did we have more than one national anthem? Since when? Does your hair getting long? You need a ponytail. It's not long enough to put a ponytail yet, but I tell you what, it is thick as shit. And I can't control this thing. I can't control. I need my short hair. This thing gets too hot too quick. I was out mowing lawn, and I have a ride mower. You guys know. It was last Thursday. I think it was last Friday, and it was like 90 something out, and I thought I'm on a rider. Oh my god, you guys! I started getting sick, almost passed out on the rider. I'm dead serious. I had to I had to stop, and we have somebody to help me around the house. And usually I don't let nobody touch my rider. I'm the only one. And when I said, dude, I'll show you how to do it real quick. You got to. I'm going to throw up. And he did a good job, so I think I'm going to have him on my lawn. They were arguing kid was innocent bystander. 3 others covered. Aw. Huh? I thought there was only one. Apparently there is 2 national anthems. The NFL has stated, and I'm sure a lot of people in here, that now they're playing the black national anthem before they play our national anthem. And Haley, hello, good to see you too. And I looked at Fran and I said, "What the hell's a black national anthem?" She said, "What?" She said, "Oh yeah, I heard about that." I said, "What is it?" She's like, "I don't know." I said, What's this black national anthem shit? What the hell? For real, people. There's only one national anthem. Now, you want to talk about dividing a nation? It's not us that's dividing it. It's whoever the people that are in charge of all these groups on both sides that are dividing it. It's not the normal people of every day. Not the normal everyday people. I won't be watching. I just heard of June. I think the bombing never mentioned it once. Wow, one only. This is getting kind of weird. It is beyond weird. We gotta stand up. These little brats. Baseball started today. NBA in 2 weeks. This is about a Marxist movement. This is a total fascist movement. But you guys, these people, youngins, and I say people because it's not just blacks, whites. It's blacks, whites, Latinas, Orientals, you name it. Everybody. It's not Democrats, it's not Republicans, it's just idiots. So that's why I'm not saying this now, because to me it's not a color thing, it's a stupid people thing. For real. They don't even know what the hell they're fighting for. They don't even know what the hell they're even talking about. They really don't know. I listened to this one young lady, and she said, my people were in bondage for 400 years. And I thought, since when did they become Jewish? I was like, no, that's in the Bible. You know, that your people were not in bondage for no 400 years. And that's for sure. Like, I was like, oh my god. I said Christopher Columbus didn't even hit Central America till 1492. They didn't have slaves back then. Sorry. It's nuts. People losing it from the pandemic. This has got to do more with the pandemic. What happened to people are people, yeah. They knocked down the statue of a lady who started the Underground Railroad. They're not even smart enough to Google this statues, or they're tearing down. Look, don't tear down history. You're doomed to repeat it. Don't tear down history. It's our history, whether they like it or not. Young and old, white, black, doesn't matter. Male, female. You're tearing down these monuments. It's our history. That's it. Can't be changed. Trying to squish people's personalities. Christopher Columbus and the Confederate statues, I can understand. Les, you see the Washington Redskins pulled their name. Yeah, history is history. You can change it. I agree, history. It's our history. It's this country's history. And Christopher Columbus, like I said, he wasn't even in North America. He has nothing to do with his. He hits Central America. You know, and the Confederate statues. It's still part of our history, whether you like it or not. You know, and growing up, there was Confederate flags all over the place. Wait, I didn't consider it racist. I consider it you're from the South. You're a good old boy. Why they condemn Lincoln? Do they not know history? Yeah. And saying that Lincoln was a racist. Lincoln freed the slaves, you idiots. And since when? Now, granted, Lincoln wasn't exactly you know, colorblind. You know, he wasn't exactly colorblind, but he knew that all men are created equal. It doesn't matter. So, you know, he still freed the slaves because he knew it was wrong. Since when are you not allowed to have a personal belief? You know, it's like one of my bosses used to tell me. I said, I really suck as an employee. She said, you're probably one of the best employees I've ever had. And I said, oh, please. She said, no. She said, you may ruckus around. You may bitch. You may go off and do your own little thing. But when it comes down to it, you always do the right thing and get your shit done. Doesn't matter how you feel. Since when is that a bad thing? You know? I've been saying my farewell to Aunt Jemima syrup and Uncle Ben's rice. Do you realize Aunt Jemima, the lady, I forget her name, she became a millionaire because that's her product she created? She created that. That was her product. She created Aunt Jemima and became a millionaire off of it. They don't even know. I really? A lot of the statues had nothing to do with slavery. They still tore them down. Exactly. Okay, 10% plan also. Our mayors and governors got to stop bowing down to these little brats to get the votes. It's gone too far. Jesus is even racist now. Oh yeah. Yes, she was proud of it and set her family up monetarily. Do you know her family? Because they're doing that, her family cannot get any more royalties. And you know that? They don't even know what they're doing and what they're pissed off about. There is no organization. None. There is no organization. No organization. They're just running rampant. And why these governors don't call in? Why hasn't Oregon taken back Portland? Why haven't they taken that city back? What is the problem? Call in the troops. I guarantee you. Call in the troops. I guarantee you that shit will stop. Clean them out. And every one of them should be prosecuted. Half of them come from multi-million-dollar homes, and they're mad at daddies for not hugging them. Dang, I've been pouring Aunt Jemima syrup all over my Uncle Ben's rice. Hey, what is the problem? You know, Washington Redskins, it was actually a tribute to the Native Americans. Washington Redskins. Now, he's not the one that designed it, but when he owned Washington Redskins, he named it that because he was actually intrigued with the Indian culture. He loved the Indian culture. And it was an Indian that designed it. What the hell? 1,600 people shot in New York City and Chicago in the last 3 months. Stop using it as pawn to get votes. Exactly. I have mixed race grandkids, but this is so not what? Sapphire Blue, hello. So they did a poll. 80% of American Indians said they weren't offended. I know when they did that to Land O'Lakes, I'm used to seeing that lady on there. I trusted that. Did they ban Mrs. Butterworth too? That's don't give him any more. Oh my God, there goes Mrs. Butterworth. I'm gonna have to read up on the history of her. You know, when Cheryl and I were a kid, you know, Mom back I don't know when they changed the bottles, but they used to have Aunt Jemima syrup in Aunt Jemima glass bottles, and the commercials she would move and talk. And so Cheryl and I, when we were young, we were always waiting for her to talk. We were eating our pancakes, Waiting for her to talk. Nah, Butterworth is good for now. Oh. From Cherokee Indian, not offensive. They don't. These people don't know what the hell's going on. Glad to see you live. You need a haircut? Yes, I do. I need one bad. Gotta get in there. Gotta get in there. If I can get in there, I ain't waiting no hour or 3. I grew up with her. Same here. You know, but they have no idea what they're fighting for. There's, like I said, there's no organization, and that Antifa and Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna have a lot of people hate me, but that is probably some of the most divisive people that I have noticed. And you know who I am? No, I don't. So many Indian emblems going, profiles of Indian chiefs in headdress. What is wrong with that? Yeah, that's what they wear. I mean, when they dress up, that's what they wear. They're trying to ban a lot of old movies too. Song of the South was one I heard they was banning. Oh God. Love all races, but I find myself avoiding black people's drama. On my dad's side, my nana is 103. You can tell she has Indian in her eyes. And I think Gone with the Wind too. I think they've gone too far. They don't know. Is a Black Lives Matter is a Marxist movement, and Antifa are spoiled white kids. And they're mean. They have no idea. They have none. Take away history, it will repeat itself. Exactly. They changing Disney Ride to Splash Mountain. Just for you, I came in my son's name. Don't say it. I don't remember. Hi Liz, happy to see you. Hi Zura, hello. Um BK Slots, hello, how are you? Now, I know with a lot of things that I've been thinking, there are 30 million slaves in world in 2020, mostly in Africa and India. They are trying to erase racism, but they are losing history. They're not going to erase racism. Look, you sent me my magnets and keychains. But I don't remember which one. I really don't. I really don't remember. I'm trying to remember. Nail Slots, hello. BK will be in Vegas in 8 hours. I need to go to bed. Yeah. If you go to BLM webpage, it says it supports the break up of the nuclear black family due to 1600 black people who got caught matter. We have an Indian statue in our park, nothing disrespectful, but after 40 years it is going down. Um, yeah, I'd like to see them try that in my town. My whole entire county is nothing but Indian reservation culture. Um, half the streets in Newark and Heath alone are named after Indian tribes. I mean, this is so rich with Indian artifacts. We got the Indian mound builders. Um, you know, it's I'd like to see them try that here. I'd be like, okay. Ohio is rich with it. There's certain areas of Ohio though that are just like super rich with shit. 70% wanted it to stay. City council. Oh, good God. What's left of the Indian mob are guarding the Columbus? What's left of the Italian mob regarding the Columbus Circle statue? But the governor said he's taking it down. Yeah, Serpent Mound is down where Zombies at, and I really want to go for other reasons. For other reasons. The point is, the ripping down of these statues, every one of them who has defaced and torn them down need to be arrested and prosecuted. That is vandalism and destruction of property. They are excuse me, it is Native American to you. Of all of the people I know of who are of Indian tribe descent, just like Indian. So until they tell me differently, it's a shame to remove history / statues, put a plaque or something to teach people on what it is and why it was short-sighted. Yeah, it's ticking me off so much. I'm like, in the inaction. So agreed destruction of property should be prosecuted. Yeah, vandalism and destruction of property. They should be prosecuted. I'm sorry. They really should. Anybody who's ever done any kind of vandalism, vandalism, destruction of property, theft, yeah. Oh no, the SJ social justice warriors don't say so. Little Miss, by the way, hello, miss ya, hon. I hope you're doing fantastic. I really, really do. No, I was corrected earlier this year about the Native American thing. I said, I know a lot of Indian people. Trust me. You know, judge people based on the time they lived, not according to current values. Exactly. Why are these mayors and governors allowing this destruction? Because they're wusses. Now I can tell you one thing though, my governor, nope, he is not putting up with shit. He was one of the very few and one of the very first when they started this rioting bullshit. He called in the guard. It went on for about 14 hours. He said, nope, you ain't destroying my town. Or Columbus, you're not destroying my state. But they're a bunch of wussies. There's no reason. If it was me, I'll be honest with you, that's the first thing I would have done. Best video I ever saw. And this was in England. You have a bunch of people riding and blocking the roads, right? So what they did is they took a truck. It wasn't a fire truck. I don't think it was a fire truck. And it had a hose on it. And they just sprayed the shit out of people that were in the way. They warned them to move. They wouldn't move. And these people were blown off their feet and sent back 10 feet. Knocking them out and everything. Because that shit is strong. Those jet streams are strong. And that was probably the best thing I've ever seen. Nobody was killed, but you got out of the way. Before the recent events, they took down the Stephen Foster statue, made me cry, and then I'm no pussy. Exactly. I would too. Jeff Jordan, your congressman, has the biggest balls in Washington. You think? Probably. If they want to remove them, let people vote. Exactly. They were trying to tear down the statue of Winston Churchill. Are you kidding? Yup. This is on a water truck. Yeah. Best video I ever seen. Best video I ever seen. Sarah, hello. Sarah contacted me on Facebook. Sent me a very sweet little message and a little voice message thing, and yes, I'm here. Yeah, people will try to destroy anything. Yup. They will. And it's ticking me off left and right. And the thing of it is, it's gotten to the point right now with I did. Are you sure you have the right Sarah? Nope, I'm sorry, that was April. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sarah. But I did see a couple of your posts on Facebook. And if I'm not mistaken, did you have your nails done? Was that you? You did reply to him, but it was a voice message. Okay, yeah, that was April. Did you hear from that Snickerdoodle? You mean Snickerdoodle? I haven't heard from her. Liz, do you do Facebook Messenger? Sent you something. Yeah, I forget what it was that. Oh, by the way, happy birthday. Oh, I said happy birthday. Okay. Liz, don't be depressed. We should be getting a check in a month. They're real close to agreeing. Me, manicure? No, it wasn't you. Then who was it? Because maybe. Oh, I just saw that. There's two Sarahs. You're the wrong Sarah. I mean, I know which one you are. But it was the other Sarah. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Trying to get it all straightened out. I'm not so much depressed right now at the moment. I'm more pissed off than anything. Because it's gotten to the point that you can't even say, you're not allowed to say anything against anything. You're not allowed. And I am so freaking sick and tired of this bullshit. Liz, do you know what's going on in Colorado? No. No, I don't know what's going on. But I do know what's going on is a majority. And it's really pissing me off that, that I can't voice an opinion about something without being called a racist. And, and it's just not true for me. I'm not a racist. Cindy, hello. Realtors are no longer allowed to use the term master bedroom and master bath. It will now be called primary bedroom and primary bath. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is how I feel about it. Nancy Pelosi wants all water fountains turned into root beer floats. Oh my god. A guy got fired from his sports center job because his wife treated all lives matter on her personal account. See, you can't even say that. You're racist if you say all lives matter. They do. Don't cause divisiveness. My idiot governor Sparkle Pony has the spine of a jellyfish and the balls of a hummingbird. He's Nancy Pelosi's nephew. You do know that, right? They're related. You can't say anything. You can't. And I am so sick and tired of having to walk on eggshells around my freaking feelings. I should be able to say whatever I want to say just like they are. and trying to ram down my throat ideals and say that I have to accept them when I don't is just as bad, if not worse. You will accept this or else. No, I won't. I will deal with whatever the laws say. I will live within those laws. But you cannot tell me on a personal level what I can and cannot feel, and that I have to accept it within the fibers of my being. They could kiss my fucking ass. I am so sick and tired of listening to all this bullshit. You're a racist if you this. You're a racist if you that. Really? My whole family is nothing but mixed in different nationalities, and I don't treat them any differently than I do anyone else. It is the same across the board. I'm a bitch to anyone who's a fucking asshole, and I really don't give a shit. And this thing with these gays popping up now, 123 genders, kiss my fucking ass. I'm going to tell you something. There's only two genders that I know of that is scientifically based and sound. Either you're born with a spout or you're born without one. But don't sit there and tell me I have to accept the fact that there's 123, possibly even more, genders that I have to accept. That I have to accept behaviors that are ungodly and heatheny. I do not have to accept any of that. I don't like it. That is my personal fucking feelings, and I'm getting sick and tired of being told that my feelings don't count, that my feelings are prejudiced, that my feelings are no good, because it is just as important to me as it is for you to believe that that is exactly how you want it to be believed. It's the same damn thing. But don't sit there and tell me what intelligence has told me all my life. I did not go to school when they were trying to dumb down children. I went to school where we learned on our own how to act by our parents' guidance. I learned my ABCs. I learned my 1, 2, 3s. I learned to think. I didn't have to ask anyone. You learned and studied on your own. This bullshit of all this stuff, they're getting mad because they want to cram things down people's throat, and that is just not how they were raised. They have a right to believe what they want to believe. They don't have a right for you to ram your shit down my throat. I have that right to stand up for what I believe in too. I'm not out destroying your shit. I'm not out ruining your lives. I'm not out causing you any grief. I'm allowed to think what I want to think. Okay, people lied in books, whether outright or by omission. That's where you have to continue to do your studies. You can't sit there and read 2 books or 1 textbook on a subject and assume that you are a master at it. Forget it. That's why it's called continuing education. I'm sorry. And until you learn history, how dare you tell me about my history? Is our history perfect? No. But it is what it is. I can't help it. No one on my mom's side had ever owned anybody. They never owned anybody. They worked their butts off. They never owned anyone. And I'm 2nd generation off the boat from Spain on my dad's side. They certainly had nothing to do with anything that happened 200 years ago. Slavery ended in the middle of 1800s. That's when it ended. There isn't a person alive today that was around back then. Not one. Don't blame me for something someone did 200 years ago. Don't do it. I'm not blaming you. Remember what our history is. Still the best country in the world. Yeah, I believe we are. Ronnie, hello. American history, exactly that part of our history. It doesn't have to define who we are today. It does define in a way, because you learn history to not repeat it. We've come so far. There's been so much intermixing that a lot of people who think they're all black have a slave owning ancestor somewhere. I don't. And my friend Michelle, when she was alive, neither one on her mom and dad, because she's first generation off the boat here in America. Her mom's French, her dad's Italian. That's where they lived. If you're going to give anyone reparations, it would be black people over the age of 75. There was nobody alive from 200 years ago. What, 1850s? There's nobody alive. There is no one alive today who was ever a slave. No one. So why are you blaming me? Why are you Exxon Drugs? Hello. So why are you blaming me? Why are you? It's 1865. Okay, so it was off by a decade. Nobody here. Let's cut back. I'll listen for a bit, and we'll pop in with my opinion. Okay, Kansas City. Don't blame me for something that, first of all, on one side of the family, my forefathers had nothing to do with it. They were in Spain. On my mom's side, yeah, well, they were around, I think. I believe they were around. They didn't own any. My mom did her thingy. I had nothing to do with it. And I certainly don't live it. I don't. Everybody was a slave at one point in history. No, that's not a true statement either. That's not a true statement either. Because I never was. And if I'm not mistaken, neither were you. So I can't take on, just like I cannot take on the burdens of what somebody else has done. So I can't take on their life experience either. You understand? It's not, to me, it's not a hard concept. I mean, you know. I am so sick and tired of being blamed. I am so sick and tired of hearing this thing, white privilege. I'm sorry if I worked for everything I got. There was no white privilege with me. None. I mean, all races back in history, Jews were slaves, Irish, Chinese, etc. Oh yeah. White privilege, I grew up in the projects. I'm not gonna lie, I grew up extremely comfortable, but I can guarantee you none of my family did shit for me. They all worked for their own shit. And the opportunities my sister was given by my parents, she pissed every one of them away. I didn't even get a signature on a piece of paper for a student loan for college. My sister did twice. I didn't even get that. I worked for everything. I worked my ass off for everything I have in my life. Exactly. Worked for it. I always try to pay it forward, so do I. Greggy Huffman, my feature ex-husband, hello. Yeah, I always try to pay it forward. I'm not a stingy person. I am not a stingy person. I will help as much as I can help if I am able. If I'm able to help. But you see, this is what, like, I read this thing on Facebook and I agreed with it 100%. My sister did because I'm whiter than her. Yeah. But, you know, this is what I see. If you have a family that you cannot afford and you are on welfare and you eat better than I do, you drive nicer cars than nicer cars than I have, if you have nicer clothes than I have, and you're able to take expensive vacations that I cannot take, that to me is privilege. I don't have that. I don't. And I know way too many people. And I'm sitting there thinking, as many jobs as need to be filled, as many places that are hiring that cannot find people, there is no reason for them to be on welfare. When I was working and I had the boys, I wish I got free healthcare. I mean, um, not healthcare, free childcare. I wish I did. Would have been nice. Because my parents didn't babysit all the time. Nope. Now it was nice when they did, but they'd go through periods, and there was not a whole lot of people I trust. Just like any other mother would be, you don't trust a whole lot of people with your children. And thank God that I just happened to have a couple people that I truly trusted. And Ian just loved the one, Mandy, just loved her death, and I paid her extra well, extra well. Her family was just fantastic, but I was one of the lucky ones. Um, but there's some, you know, I really do wish I would have had, because a lot of my money would have been saved. Liz, are you saying what I've been thinking? I don't know what you've been thinking, but I know one thing. I am fed up with society, and I am fed up with people, and I'm being fed up with told how I'm supposed to think. And that I should just accept it and move on. I will accept whatever laws tell me I have to accept. Because even Jesus said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, give unto the Lord what is the Lord's. I will do that. But I do not have to like it. But I will abide by it. You cannot tell me how to personally feel about anything. If you're a freaking asshole, I don't care what ethnic background you are, you're an asshole. You know how many times I've called Cameron an asshole? And he's half Jordanian. I'm tired of it. I really, really am. Told by little kids, if you argue or debate, they beat the crap out of you. I want to see, but I want to see a kid lay a hand on me. Don't you think Snoopy has the best dance? I am scared to death for my grandchildren. Little Miss is about done with California. Well, come on out here to Ohio. Now, I have to admit, I'm not going to lie, folks. Where I live is pretty chill. They really just don't give a shit. They really don't. They're like, whatever. And our governor ain't gonna take no shit. I got something for the next Antifa jerk that runs his mouth at me. But I have to admit, my governor, he ain't putting up with shit. I think the first time that something like that would happen, he ain't putting up with nothing. And since that little riot at the beginning and when he called in the troops, there ain't been shit touched since. You know? Ronnie says, sorry, I love California. I don't love the cost of living. Let's see. Rock on, Les. I'm going to try and get some sleep. It was really good seeing and hearing you for a while. Stay awesome. You too, zombie. You have a good night, Mrs. Monster. Les, did you know that there was a Black Lives Movement protest? A car drove through the crowd and killed 2 white women who were there defending Black Lives Movement. The driver was a black male. Well, I don't get it. See, they don't even know. They don't even understand. You know? It doesn't matter. That means there is no agenda. That means they don't care. It is going to be a black and white situation. And that's sad. Because my grandchildren don't need to go through that. We have tried so hard not to even have a color barrier in this family. They don't care. They don't. They say they see me, they see their mommy, and then they see the other side of the family with their other grandmother and everything. And to them, there is no difference. There is no difference. And my grandchildren don't need to know that there is a difference. And they're making it that way. I'm in Arizona. Our governor is a joke. Yeah, they are. Alicia Glidewell, hello. Nell Slots, I think he was driving on the road in the dark and came across a roadblock at high speed and tried to drive around it. Ooh, this whole thing, in my opinion, is creating racism. It is. It is. And you guys, there is a civil war coming. And it's going to get bad. Cops don't care who they kill. Now look. Well, now, thing with the cops. Get this. Speaking of that. Now, let me say this. I am 100% pro-cop. I 100% am. There is always, no matter what profession you're in, there is always bad apples. Nobody ever talks about the good ones. Ever. And my uncle, like I have said before, my uncle was a dirty cop. And I let him know it too. And he knew he was. Everybody knew he was. He was a dirty... Everybody knew it and believed it, except for my grandmother. My grandparents just would not believe it. And were like, whatever. Greg was a dirty ass cop. But, matter of fact, half the police force in that small West Virginia country town, they were all crooked as shit. But I am 100% pro-cop because 99% of them are good cops. 99%. And these counties that are defunding the police. Now, there was a group, I love this. There was a group of women who, there was more than a group, but there was 3 women that were singled out. And they were talking about defunding the cops, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And this person, I don't know if it was a guy or woman, did something. And to me, it wasn't. I don't know what they did. To me, that wasn't important. What was important was her statement. After sitting there, get rid of the cops, get rid of the cops, and these were white women. And whatever this person did, I didn't pay attention because her next comment, struck me as so funny. She said, "Call the police." I thought that was hilarious. I rolled laughing on that one. I did. I'm sorry. I laughed my ass off on that one. I just like, you're an idiot. You're a dumb ass idiot. Night. There's bad apples no matter what profession you're in. Let me ask people. I want this out for those that you can use this. All right. You're in a hospital. You want a nurse to take care of you. There are nurses who are known as Grim Reapers, Night Angel. Are you going to blame all nurses because of these nurses who actually kill patients? Why are you doing it with the cops? The same damn thing. Doctors. Don't forget, right here now. Right here now. We had a doctor kill out, what, 75 patients? God, please. God, Les, please, don't tell me that. I used to work at a hospital that had 2 medical serial killers, although not at the same time. One was caught, the other hasn't been yet. Doctors kill more people in mistakes than cops do by 30 times more. This doctor knew what he was doing. Knew it. And the nurses, they knew it too, and they just still gave the medication. But there are nurses who kill the patients. It's the same damn thing. Same thing. But people weren't using their freaking heads. You know why? Because a lot of them are young people who have been taught not to. Next time I'm in the hospital, I have to verify all meds going in my IV. I do. They give me medication. I ask them, what is it? Dead serious. I ask them, what is it? Train cops more than 6 weeks. Make it 9 months. They go to school here. Right over here at the OSU branch. I don't get it. 6 weeks to be a cop? He was kicked off the staff when word got out that they had an incompetent heart surgeon on staff. Last I heard, he was working in a small town. Yeah, my heart doctor was incompetent and they got rid of him. Just after me, as a matter of fact. They got rid of him. 6 weeks to be a cop in New York City. Oh my God, they get longer than that here. Some places require police officers to have a bachelor's degree or at least an associate's. Exactly. That's crazy. But the thing of it is, you know, there's always a bad egg in every profession. Always. Always. But 99% of cops are good cops. And I will totally 100% back the blue. I will 100%. And but like I said, you know, I'm where I personally live, I don't have to worry about such things. But that doesn't mean it can't infiltrate. And that doesn't mean that the big city ideas aren't floating around. And that doesn't mean that people like me who live in the cities that I do, in the city that I do, don't have feelings and are sick and tired of bullshit. That's serious. Because there's always an underlying something. Always. And as much as I like to say that there is absolutely 100% no racial prejudice here in my town, I cannot say that is true either. But generally, People really don't give a shit. They really don't give a shit. People around here, there's like, if you pay them more and don't hire vets as cops and people who were bullies in school or picked on by bullies, it will change. I thought they were supposed to go through a major psych eval, but then again, Greg did become a cop too. So. It's not 100% foolproof, that is for sure. But there's so many, and this thing with, and they, here in my town, it hit my town, of course, not allowed to pay with actual money. You have to use a card. Or like Kroger, grocery store Kroger, they won't give change back. There's a coin shortage. Where in the world where the hell that come? There has never ever been a coin shortage. And my mom said, well, maybe people are hoarding their change. I said, people have hoarded their change forever, but they don't want to carry it around. They turn it in. Whether they get a psych eval depends on where they live. Well, like I said, my uncle, he ended up being a dirty cop, so it's not 100% foolproof. What about those cops in Atlanta with the suspect grabbed the cops taser gun, and now the cop is going to jail for shooting them? I think that's atrocious. I think, really, honestly, really never heard of a coin shortage before. Exactly. I never heard of it either, but apparently there is. That's going on here too. I don't know where the coins are, but stores can't order large amounts from banks and credit unions. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. You want to know why? It's forcing you, the American people, to buy in to a cashless society, which when it comes time to make it a one world denomination, it'll be easier to do. Good old blue wall of silence. What does that have to do with the blue wall of silence? Here's the problem: when these officers get multiple complaints, they need to follow up instead of sweeping under the rug. Exactly. That officer in Minneapolis had a long list of complaints. Exactly. And trust me, people are becoming more and more accountable. That's why there's people out there doing audits on police. That's why there's being audits done. But think about it though. If we go to a cashless society, they can trace your every move, your every purchase, everything about you. They can cut off your money at any time just by clicking a button. Nobody can make money under the table. Kids can't make an allowance and spend it on what they want. When you use your credit card, they can track you, can't track cash. Exactly. So, Amy Klobuchar released the cop 4 times before he released the cops 4 times before he killed George Floyd, and she was running for the Democratic nominee for president. Well, I am so sorry that happened to George Floyd. I don't think anybody should be. I was outraged by that. But nobody talks about the white guy that was killed 2 months earlier the exact same way. Where was his riot? Where was his riot? There's white people being killed the exact same way too. No, where was his riot? Where was the outrage with him? True, I don't do anything I don't want tracked. Well, same here, but still, what is death film? Floyd's was. Was his death filmed? Points was. But that's not the point. That's not what the point is. They act like nobody is saying anything about the white guy. You know? Nobody is saying anything about the white guy being killed the exact same way. The exact same way. This is not a first time thing for blacks or whites. It's not. And trust me, nobody needs. I think that was an asinine thing that they allowed them to do, and I'm glad they banned it. And it should never, ever have been done to begin with. That was stupid. I don't know what on earth possessed people. I do not understand. Several years ago, a black Hispanic police officer finally shot a disabled white man in his 60s, no riots, etc., because it was totally justified. I see your point. I see your point, though, Les. Cashless society has me freaked out. Night, Les. So glad to see you and agree with you. Thank you, Kaylee. You have a good night. Thank you for coming. 2 times as many white people get killed by cops than blacks. Nobody should be killed, is what I'm saying. No one. But there are going to be times where it's going to be necessary. But no one should. That's asinine. Over things that don't really, in the end, really truly matter. I feel safer. I feel safer without cash. If I lose my credit card, I'm not out money. If I lose my cash, it's gone. Except under extreme self-defense circumstances. Exactly. It can't be replaced. Exactly. But I don't want it cashless because I don't want them to track me. I don't want them to track my purchases. I don't want them to get into my business and be able to turn my money off at any time. I don't. 1 million people are saved each year by cops. Anna likes coins. I think it's absolutely 100% ridiculous things that are happening right now. And there's a big picture to it. There is a bigger picture than what's going on. And but I'll tell you what. I am sick and tired of being told how I'm supposed to feel, how I'm supposed to think, what I have to accept. I do not have to accept bad behavior by anyone. I do not have to accept it. Alex Jones might be right. About what this time? I once cashed my paycheck and lost the envelope with over $1,000 in it. I was much younger then, and I was devastated. I would be too. 25 years ago, a woman I knew told her therapist about her Walden Book's frequent shopper card and how it had a barcode on it, etc. I am leery to voice it though. People think I am paranoid. About what? It's probably something I already know, trust me. Even casino won't give you change, you have to go to the window to get it. Next time, the therapist said that she bought some books on the satanic cult and paid cash for them. Wilby Elite are taking us over. Oh yeah, they've been trying to do that for years. They've been working on doing that for years. Cashless society. I already know. Like I said. Go to a cashless society. It is easier for them to go to all of a sudden do a one world currency. And there's nothing we can do. I've studied the Bible. George Soros has been giving BLM money for 5 years. There says Hy-Vee in my old town had a pilot program in the early thousands where people would pay for the groceries with a thumbprint. Ugh, I refuse to touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's in the Bible, cashless society, Les. I know, Anna. I just said, yeah, I know. I've studied the Bible. I know what it means. I really do. I use my MX points to pay for 75% of my new MacBook Pro that I got on Amazon. And the program ended when the thumb scanner company went bankrupt. 72 sides to cashless and using cash. Yep. There's no damn coin shortage. And what's funny is that the government actually thinks we believe this bullshit. Cashless has its place, and cash really has its place. What do you think of Bitcoin? I think that shit can go under any moment. But then again, all the cryptocurrencies are starting to take off. You know, of course, Bitcoin's been taken off, and I can kick myself in the ass when I could buy that for. You can buy an actual. Back then, I had a chance to buy an actual Bitcoin for I think it was $25 back then, and now it's like almost near 7,000 for one Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh, I could have been a fucking millionaire. Is it I was asking where in the Bible? More questions to you. Oh, digital money also means all money in the world will be equal. That's what, yeah, that's what I was saying. One world currency. And it's in Revelation, Anna. It's in Revelation. Bitcoin is way too risky. It dropped 20,000 in 1 week. All the cryptocurrencies, that's all risky. That's all risky stuff. But damn, I can tell you, it's over 9,000 now. Yeah, I could have been a freaking millionaire if I had bought it. I was going to buy $10 worth. Dead serious. You can now add gold and silver to your IRAs. Yeah, you've been able to do that. I forget for how many years now. But if you guys buy gold and silver, I suggest you have it on hand and not on paper. They've sold way more than what they have on paper. Yeah. They have insane Bitcoin, insane to 100,000. I will believe it when I see it. It probably will. Bitcoin is now 9,556. I got in early. I regret. So do you remember Kansas City when it was $25 for a Bitcoin? And I was like, nah, because that shit ain't backed and stuff like that. I mean, this was years ago. And I said that shit isn't federally insured, and I don't even know who the hell this is going to, and blah blah blah. And I was like, I had $10. I got it when it was 36. I had $10 in my wallet, and I was thought about buying it, getting $10 worth. I would have had what 12? Well, no, 40 bitcoins. Yes, Bitcoin was dirt cheap when it started. I think in 2017. I like cash. Some hacker can siphon it out of my account. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it may have. No, it was before then. It was before then because we bought this house 2015, and it was several years before then. It was several years before we bought this house. So, and I heard about it. I was actually heard about it from a gentleman who owns the local video slots. That is legal here. So they have video poker or video slots or something like that. Got cash today at bank, forgot them. America Farmer, hello. Hi, Liz. Nice to catch you live. I've missed your nightly streams. You were the after the damn drama storm. I don't even know what's going on YouTube. I don't even know. Sorry, Les. It was in January 3rd, 2009. Yeah, that's what I said. It was a few years before then. Um, do you still play those bingo games? Which one? It was 277 in 2015. I said it was before because we bought the house in 2015, and it was several years before then. Um, they were just starting out. Was playing bingo. Oh yeah, I haven't done that for a long time. So people have asked about you. Some thought you had died. No, I've not died. I went through a deep depression, and I'm finally out of that. I'm even doing, like I said, doing better around the house and shit. It's just that for the past week, I've been just ended up just chatting with other people that I've met and just going to bed. Literally. Sorry to hear that. Oh, that's okay. It happens, you know. It really does. It happens. I think 2017 is when I looked into it and decided to pass on investing. I could kick myself in the ass for not. I really, really could. I've been there, Les. I know. Yeah, it happens every so often. It really does. Nemesis Dawn, hello. What's up with these asteroids whizzing past us? 4 this week, 5 last week, and 5 the week before. They're calling them interstellar. They even found a new asteroid belt of 19 between Jupiter and Neptune. I can believe it. I can believe it. It don't know what the hell. Um, but it wouldn't be the first time one has hit Earth. Let's just hope it's not in our lifetime or anybody's lifetime. How are the grandbabies? Ornery as ever. For real, ornery. No, Nina's 10 years old, going on 20, thinking she knows all that, and she does her own thing. And Zaya, the little 5-year-old, he's 5 and going on 45. Wow, that's amazing return on investment if you bought it back then. Oh yeah, I'd be rich today. Did you know the Earth has a second moon? It's about a cubic meter in size, but it's there. Has anyone seen Neowise? No. Um, yeah, that would have been a hell of a return on my investment. I don't think there are necessarily any more asteroids, but we have better ways to detect them now. Could be, yeah, it could be, but there's always been, um, but asteroids are different than meteorites. But um, they've always, but these have been close. It's the comet that's visible just after sunset and just before sunrise. Les, if you had bought $25 worth and it sold at 20,000, that would have been $5 million. Oh my god, that's insane. Oh my god. I only had a 10 in my wallet. So, and they were $25 a piece back then, so I would have gotten 40 of them. So, but I didn't. But I didn't. I wish I would have. But still, you know, you figured 40 of them. Wouldn't that have been nice? No, wait, yeah, they were $25 a piece back then. That's right, yeah. And I only had a 10 in my wallet. So I thought, well, get 100 and get 4 of them, and then go and get another one. Look, I feel ya. I had 40 shares of TSLA at 227 last summer. I sold for $256, kicking myself today. Yeah, well, you know, you learn. It's hot, hit 1700. Yeah, getting late. Was nice seeing you again. Refreshing to hear another opinion like my own. Take care. Thank you, Nail Slots. Hope you have a good night. And thank you for coming in. Yeah, I just had to get some shit off my chest. I'm so pissed off. And I thought, like I said, I thought about going on Facebook, but boy, would I have gotten rammed. I would have. I would have pissed a ton shit of people off. I probably pissed a ton shit of people off now. I don't care. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to have one. Facebook, I can't do it anymore. I use it for Messenger and shit. You know. Exxon, going to bed. Thank you for a very interesting stream. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Exxon. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I'm going to be taking off soon because I'm getting tired. Be honest with you. I should be in bed already. I've been sleeping. I tell you what, though, it's so weird getting up early. I'm like, what do you do in the mornings? Hubby don't wait a month to come back on again, Liz. I miss UFO or ghost talk. I think we're going to be starting that shit up. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of some good UFO stuff. I'm sitting on 5,000 shares of JCPenney stock I bought for 13 cents each. Well, get rid of that shit. On a happy note with me, I finally got hired by the census. I start training on August 1st. Congratulations. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. I sure as the hell did. And see if you can get hired on for when that's over with. Even get hired on for other stuff. I did. Everybody is for Trump on my Facebook. I'm only Biden person. I don't want either one of them yahoos. Have you heard of the 1994 UFO incident in Zimbabwe? Not in Zimbabwe. No. Please do come back. Didn't you work for them? Yes, I did. Department of Treasury. Yep. Biden has been dead for 3 years. Sandra McCormick. When is your husband going to come by and take me a ride on his motorcycle? He took you for a ride. Sandra is yet to come over. I need to invite her over here. I don't want Biden either, but he'd be a heck of a lot better than the one we've got now. Bring back your cooking videos too. I just told friend and I was going to do one. Might want to check that incident. I'm going to have checked Zimbabwe. Biden won't even debate because he can't remember anything. It's going to be convenient when he's brought up on charges and has to go to court in Ukraine. Okay, gotta go get hubby's dinner going, says Alicia. Glad to see you're doing well, Les. Take care. You too. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I just hope he makes a good Veep choice. Me too. I'm going to watch the Zimbabwe UFO after this. This Sam. Yeah. We're going to be getting into Um, other stuff. Um, do they have spaghetti at your Walmart yet? Yeah. What do you mean, spaghetti noodles? When you ready to ride? Are your Walmarts going to all self checkout? I don't know. I don't know. I know one thing. Probably half these cashiers would love it because they're getting sick and tired of being blamed for what the company. People mistreat them cashiers so bad. Don't keep us waiting, Les. I'm dying for UFO talk. There says some of them are. Yeah, some of them are. I just don't know if they're doing it here yet. I just don't know. Oh my god, that reminds me. Anna says, I remember when they didn't, you were not happy. When you didn't what? Oh yeah. 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 They had the noodles but didn't have spaghetti sauce, nothing. Nothing. And I was like, son of a bitch. So we were able to get some spaghetti sauce and I got 2 big jars. How was Bam Bam? Believe it or not, you guys, Bam Bam actually called me. And she seemed to be doing fine. We didn't talk very long, but she seemed to be doing fine. So um I was talking about, mainly about Saskia and her son, finding out how they were, because Saskia, she had posted a couple things on Facebook. So Bam was good co-host. I just watched an old episode of you guys. Yeah, she asked if I wanted to do some a couple of stories on a couple different subjects, and so who knows? Who knows? Um, yeah. So I got 2 huge things of spaghetti sauce and stuff, so that way if I don't finish it, I can freeze it. That way, I'll make sure I have some. Miss y'all English history discussion. I love English history. That's what's cracking me up about England. They have this thing, same thing going on in England, actually. And the blacks there are saying we were slaves, and England's going, we never had slaves. What are you talking about? We never had. And I was like, England never had slaves. If anybody, to tell you the truth, if anybody in England was considered a slave, it was the Indians. That the Pilgrims, or the people who discovered the actual America, took some Native Americans back. They were the slaves. Um, yeah, like England never had slaves. Sorry, their arguments just don't. Yeah, I'm like, stop trying to be like America. Found some of my old pictures from when I lived in England. Never lived there. Never lived there. What was I going to say? There was something. Oh yeah. All right. Speaking of Walmart, now Walmart had put in place already in some other areas, um, that you were not allowed to enter the store at all without a mask. You know, I'm sorry, but that is just the way it is. You can't enter without a mask, okay? This was recent. Well, this guy, this old guy, I won't say old. He must have been about between. Well, he looked like he was in his upper 50s, early 60s, and he tried to pick a fight, and he did. He attacked the Walmart workers, and he's falling on the ground and stuff, and they're afraid to touch him. So they're letting him, he's fighting them, and he's walking around the store and he's fighting them. And I'm like, he's attacking them. And I was like, take his ass. He would never have gotten through the door. What is y'all's problem? You know? Said good for him. The point is, it's been mandated. Like our governor, as of 6 o'clock this evening on Thursday evening, if you are not in your car and you're like, if you walk through a parking lot or you're walking in the park, if you're walking anywhere, you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. I don't like it either. But guess what, folks? Like I said back when the Spanish flu came, was what, 1918, around there. Ziggy, hello. Where have you been? Back in 1918, when the Spanish flu hit, they had to wear masks. It didn't affect them. I am doing good, Ziggy. How are you? The baseball players were even wearing masks. The athletes were wearing masks. Everybody had to wear masks back then. I don't understand the big deal. You know? People forget to say that part. I'm okay. So glad to see you, Les. I'm glad. I was wondering what happened to you. How's your mom? People forget to say that part. We've had to do it before. Tony Baldwin, hello. You guys are coming in. I'm getting ready to go. You're breathing in carbon dioxide when you wear a mask. For every hour you wear it, you should take it off for a half hour. Well, yeah. I mean, you go to your car and everything. Um, take it off. She's doing okay. Very sad and confused because we can't see her. No. How you doing, girl? No. But like I said, even back there and back then, they had to wear masks back then. They're fine. They were fine. You know? They were fine. I don't like wearing a mask. But I have one. It's Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't wear my mask in a car, neither do I. You don't have to in a car. And I said, the way you first worded it, I was like, wait a minute. I am not wearing a mask to go outside my backyard. That ain't happening. It's been 5 months since I've been able to hug her. Aww. I can't have to wear mine 8 hours, yeah. I don't like it either, but we gotta do what we gotta do. This would be nothing to the World War II generation. Exactly. Sexy eyes, great to see you. Love you as always. Have a good night. Greggy, you have a good night, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in. I believe in masks for public. Yep, me too. 167 Scott, hello. But yeah, I have told people the longer we do this, the less time we'll have to. Yeah. Hope to catch you next time. Well, I ain't leaving right this second. Maggie Farrell, hello. Girl, I've been thinking about you so much for the past 3 days. And I even said, oh my god, I still forgot to send her shit out. So, as a matter of fact, there's another thing I have to send out, and I have to get that out soon. Today's the 24th. I have to get that out too, so. Good night, Les. Please come back soon. I will. Sandra says, Sarah, I agree. Yeah, I don't like it either. But I do have a Pittsburgh Steelers one. I ain't stupid. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out in style. I don't go out much at all. If I go out, I'll wear my mask. Me and hubby stay home. Oh wow, really? I've been thinking about you for about a week now. Aw, see, we're connected. Didn't realize how much spit when talk when war won. Exactly, and that's precisely why. I told my mom this. Your mask is Snoopy. How come that doesn't surprise me? Um, Missing your chat. Aw, I'm sorry. I just been out of it. I have a mask with Bitsy's face on it. Aw, last weekend I heard a little boy, 3 or 4 year old, say, "I hate this virus." I told him everybody hates the virus. Well, I hated it when my little 5 year old grandson, well, he was 4 at the time, and he said, "Are you afraid of that? Are you afraid of that thing that'll kill you?" I said, "Yeah." I miss you, Les. Same here. I missed everybody actually. Cinder says, "Tell Linda hello." Ciao. So many old faces are happy to see you back. Aw, best friend made it for me. Awesome. But I told my mom this. We were discussing the mask thing, and she wants to go out. She said, "Les, have you checked how many's in Licking County? Have you checked how many's in our city?" And I'm like, "Yes, mom." And I told her, I said, a nursing home has now been affected in our city, and we've only had like 5 cases. Well, we've had 5 deaths, and but as far as cases, we've not had. I think it's like 20 some in my town, maybe. Um, Pam told me you're doing okay. Figures she needs to escape. Yeah, she called me. Maybe I've mentioned it before, but I think it shortly before. I think I had it shortly before the news broke. Cameron swears he had it. Swears. I wasn't that sick, but when I heard about it going away, coming back, that's when I suspected it could be that. It is really bad in Texas. Oh, I know. Our governor ordered anybody come back from, it was one of the states, in Texas is one of them, that anybody come back has to quarantine themselves for 14 days. Didn't anyone hear about the convent that lost 13 nuns? You need Les's lounge mask. I would buy one. YouTube knocked me out. Did it? That was weird. What happened to Les? Les went through a really bad depression. Room family had 3 deaths. I would buy one too. That was YouTube, Maggie. It stopped the stream. I'd say all of them were at least 80 years old. Wow. Wow. I see Les now. Yeah, it never showed. It's still all green. Um, Sorry to hear about the depression. Hope you're feeling better now. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Les. Hey, Ziggy. But what was I gonna say? What was I saying? Oh crap! I forgot. I forgot what I was saying. If Liz had a mask out that was Liz's lounge, I'd buy a couple for sure. uh, I actually know a lady that makes the masks, but she refuses to wear one. Refuses. She's on vacation right now in Florida, down at the beach, refusing to wear one. Darren, he was going to say I won the lottery. Oh yeah, I wish. YouTube has gotten so crazy. They really do stupid stuff. Yeah, they do. My poor brownie's been sitting here, waiting for me to munch on it. So big I have to use a fork. I'm using a baby fork on it. Oh yeah. So Dory, I had COVID in UK and it was utterly horrific. As of today, it is now allowed to wear a mask in all stores and public areas. Not great for asthma. No, it's not. Oh yeah. Okay, about my county. All right. What eating a big brownie? Well, anyway, um, so my mom's wanting to go out, and y'all know she's not in the best of health to begin with. She definitely is extremely high risk, and so am I. But so it was about the mask thing, and she has a mask for when she does go out, and this will be the first time. And that's right. Some people who can't wear masks are wearing plastic face shields. That is right. Um, Les, you should make masks like Les's Lounge. I'd buy a couple. Yeah. Yeah. 67 says it scares me. I'm old, have COPD. I'm fat, and I know if I get it, I'm a goner. I'm a goner too if I get it. So I try to do what I can not to get it exactly. But so my mom was asking me about it, and I said, Mom, I said, look at it this way. Let's say you're walking around naked and you pee. You pee, it could splash, get anywhere, get on anybody, you know, especially with a guy. So much easier. But I said, if you put on a pair of pants, you're going to pee. But it's not going to go anywhere but on your pants. Look at it that way. We've been blessed that the facility, Mama, that has no cases. They test every Thursday and email me every Monday to let me know the results. Awesome. Les, I get tested tomorrow so I can be with Jamie. All good. Good. But, you know, I don't like it either. I don't, but it's not the first time our country's had to do it. So these people saying they're taking away my rights. No, you have the right not to wear a mask. You do, but you have to accept the consequences for it. You don't want to wear a mask? That's fine. But you can't go into a store. Oh my god, seriously, you freaking out? Oh my god, seriously, you freaking out, Linda? No, I was just telling her. I said, Mom, look at it that way. She just doesn't, she's scared death to catch it. But she wants to get out of the house. And she only leaves with my dad. She won't even leave with me anymore. You know, won't come here. I told her, I said, Mom, if you want to get out of the house, come here. You know, I'm not going anywhere. So, you know, Linda. Oh, me and Linda, we were talking the other day. I swear to God. I said, Mom, do you realize half the shit you're saying is shit that was like 15 years ago? I know, Leslie Michelle. I was like, well, I just want to know if you know, because if you're going crazy, sign everything over to me now. I know, because I know your mama. Yeah. My mom, she may not be doing it so good health-wise, but up here, yeah, she's Linda. She's still feisty. I need another X-ray and COVID test. It's lovely to see you back. Lovely, thank you, Dory. I'm not going to Walmart either. Have not been anywhere but my monthly doctor visit and the drive-through pharmacy. Yeah. Saw my friend Gerald through the window, and they let him have stuff. Sandra says, "Love Linda." I'm glad somebody does. That woman's going to piss me off one day. Something happens to your father. I was like, well, you'll just come here to live with me. Oh, no, I'm not living with you. Well, you'd rather live with Cheryl? Oh, no, I'm not living with Cheryl. I was like, well, Mom, out of your 2 daughters, you and I get along. We can live under the same roof. No, Les, you don't understand. Well, then I guess that's what's going to happen. Your house is paid for. What is your problem? Love Al, too. I'm glad somebody does. Oh, God, my parents are going head to head now. Okay. So, when all this COVID stuff started, and they were saying, stay in place order and this and that. Well, Sandra, you know the rains and everything, and our town got flooded several times. You know that. I mean, people were evacuated and everything. Luckily, I live on a hill, so I ain't got to worry about it. Well, my parents, because you're needing a haircut, but so do I. Oh, I know I need a haircut. I just don't feel like waiting no few hours. Good night, all. Much love. Stay safe. You too, Dory. Thank you for coming in. Yep, they wiped what I brought him so that he got to have them all. 167. I'm out, Les. I see you again. Stay safe. You too. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Hope you have a good night. Get some well-deserved sleep. Buttercup's bunny, hello. How's the grandkids? Oh, I was telling somebody earlier, ornery. And especially that young baby. Oh, he's 4 now. And, oh, we're Gemolelli. He'll get his mom's phone and FaceTime. He knows how to work the phone. Those kids know how to FaceTime Gemos. We're Gemolelli. Gemolelli, I want to come to your house. Gemolelli, I love you. I want to come to your house. Well, honey, you can come. You just been with your other grandmother. What do you want me to do? I tried to get you, and I was like, where the boys at? I'm coming to your house, Gemolelli. And I like getting him by himself because he's an angel. I was like, I told Gabby, I said, you need to get him an attorney on retainer now. But when he's away from his brother and sister, he's an angel. Oh, he's a doll to have by himself. Oh. And I have to admit, he loves him some Gammalelli. Can't help it. Well, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So there was a bunch of flooding that went on. Those are the babies for online school. The school system here, they're wanting to do 2 days at school and 3 days at home. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know if actually Gabby's going to send them back. If they're going to do totally online, I don't know. And they don't know yet. So, and Nina goes to a school in Columbus, and I said, no. 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 When does school start there? I think it's the last week of August. I think it's when it starts here, the last week of August. They're talking about doing that here too. I just can't see it working, especially if it's alternate days with different grades in schools. Yeah, I don't want Nina, because like I said, Nina goes to special school and stuff, but it's in Columbus, and I'm like, not in Columbus. I would trust it more here, and even here, I don't. I think they're going to do the homeschooling thing. Well, anyway, so get this. So Sandra McCormick knows that when all this first started, Heath got flooded out. Homes were evacuated. The main 79 was totally caved in. I mean, it was just a mess. And then a couple weeks later, it did it again. And then a couple weeks after that, where Cameron lives, um, hey sugar, oh honey, honey, I've been watching all your posts. I've been keeping my eye on you. Well, anyway, and then a couple weeks later, Cameron, where he lives up near Utica, his town was flooded out, but he was fine. So anyway, so my dad decided right then and there. He said, "I've had it," because mom and dad's basement got flooded, and I told you guys that. As a matter of fact, everybody, there's 14 houses on their street. Sandra, you know they live by St. Leonard. Um, there's 14 houses on their street. In every one of those houses, the basement got flooded. And so I feel sorry for the ones with a actual furnished basement where they use it as a den and shit. Oh my god. Well, anyway, so my parents literally, my church, yep. So literally, they literally had over 2 feet of water in their basement. And Cameron has the pictures. He was over there and he was taking totally flooded. And it's never flooded that bad, but the last time it did flood down there, I was like, what, 9? No, I think it was 11. Well, my dad's decided he's had it. He ain't gonna worry about it no more. So he's been talking to mom and saying, "I've had it. We're gonna move. We're gonna move. We're gonna move. We're gonna move. We're gonna move." Want to move, want to move, want to move. Now, mind you, they already have land that's not been built on. It's just full of trees. Okay. So, what my dad did earlier this week or last week is he went and bought property up behind my house back here in River Oaks. I think that's what it's called. And they're going to build a house. Thing of it is, he did tell my mom, "Landa, we're moving. I bought land already over there by Marge Moretti's, and I've got a guy working on the first draft of blueprints to the house." And my mom's like, "Excuse me?" Mom's like, "Albert, I'm not moving. I'm not ready. This house is set up for me." "Les, I like your longer hair." "Oh, well, thank you, but I can't take it." So, Wizard Productions, hello. Linda is tripping. Linda is doing more than tripping. She's like, "Les, I can't, like, I'm not in good health." "Oh, I bet your mom was not happy." "Oh, no, she's not." "Les, have you been keeping up with the yard?" "As best I can." It's a little, man, moving is a nightmare at any age. Well, my mom is not in good health at all. It wasn't that long ago that my mom got down to 89 pounds. She was so sick. She's just now back up to 115, and she has no strength. Woman can't even walk. I mean, she can a little bit. Don't get me wrong. She can walk, but I mean, she can't walk. Certainly doesn't stand straight up. "Albert, I can't move a house, especially this size. And you got to understand, my parents have lived in that house since we moved there when I was 9 years old, November 9th. So I was in 4th grade. I remember the day because my sister's birthday was a couple days afterward. She had her house just how she wanted it. Oh no, the house needed to be, they were talking about building onto it because it needed to be, as my mom would say, bigger. Well, no, they're going to build a whole new one on land that Dad just went out and just paid for. Just bought it, went out and bought it. When they already have land up in Morgan Manor, which is a ritzy part of Granville, which you have to know my area. And so enjoy them while they're alive. Oh, I do, because it's hilarious. I've lived here 46 years. When my first kid was born, my parents have lived in that house. I'll be 52 in September. So, say 43 years. And every part of their house, although neatly organized, everything is organized and labeled. They're worse than I am. Is packed. It would take me, Cameron's girlfriend, Cheryl, and a team of helpers a month to go through their house. So Dad says, Linda, he says, we can pay somebody to pack it for us. We have totally remodeled 3 times. My parents have yet to finish remodeling the house. Have yet. Well, they've remodeled several times, but this 3rd time, it's taken them extra long. Are they hoarders? No, everything has a purpose. Everything is in their tubs, labeled. Everything is labeled. You got to know. I even have my own labeler. You have to know us. But no, they're not hoarders. They're good at throwing shit away. Everything has its purpose. And a lot of stuff, my mom has a shitload of seasonal stuff. Whether it be Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Linda is never done. No, my mom is never done. My dad, you know if a tool is missing because it is that damn organized. You got to know my parents. They are beyond organized, and they're not hoarders. No, they have no problems. Their house is not trash. It's not trash. It's just that there's every space in that house is packed. And I would take pictures of their museum. I really would. My friends call it the museum. Me, I was raised here. Me, it's no big deal. Ooh. Okay, sugar. Alrighty. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. here too. We're on the same. You're in North Carolina, I'm high. I love North Carolina. Well, anyway, so, Les, I told your father, Albert, I cannot pack a. Linda, we can pay somebody to pack the house. Albert, but I have to watch them pack my stuff. I don't want everybody touching my stuff. And so they're arguing about this, right? So my mom's calling and saying, Les, I just can't. I said, but Mom, you're going to have the kitchen of your dreams, you said. Well, yeah, I'll have my kitchen. Everything's going to be 1st floor, though. So my mom's bitching about my dad doing this, right? And then she said, well, I said, well, at least you guys, I said, if you build this house. Oh, that's another thing, your father and I. We don't know if we want a loan or if we're just going to pay for it. Well, Mom, your house is paid for now. Why don't you, when you build this house, just pay for it and sell this house and just put the money in the bank? Well, I thought about that. Les, I just don't know. I'm already set here. I don't want to move. Mom, it's going to be a ranch. Well, I know, well, I'm not sure. I know everything's gonna be on first floor. Master bedroom, the kitchen, laundry, everything. Everything's gonna be first floor. We're not gonna put a second floor. Although we might put a second floor on and put a few bedrooms up there. Because, you know, Cameron might have this house one day. I can't get upstairs though. But we do have the chairlifts and we can just move it over there. So sound like, Mom, are you upset or not? Yes, I'm upset. Maybe you can move into their old one. When they move into their new one, no, I don't get their house. That goes to Cameron. Well, they're going to sell it, I should say. But I told her, I said, the good thing is, Mom, I said, if you build this house, you can move slowly into it. It's not like you have to pay for anything here. At this house, you already own it. So move slowly. Not everything has to be done in a day. Oh, Les, but the unpacking. I was like, Mom, you don't understand, Mom. Have you seen your home? Your house is so freaking organized. Everything is in bins and everything is labeled. How hard is it going to be? Hello? Oh, went to basement to house? Well, I guess it's going basement here. There you go. It's like you don't have to take anything out of the freaking bins. Ugh. So, and then they're going to finish working on the house and then they're going to sell it. Why Cameron and not you? Everything's being left to Cameron. Everything. Cheryl and I get nada. Actually, I do. But everything is being left to Cameron, and Cameron is going to. Cameron doesn't want it. I said, Mom, Cameron just bought his own home. I said, he just bought it. I didn't know that. I said, yeah, Mom, he's going to want to marry this girl. And she's already got a daughter, and they're going to want to have their own family. I was like, he doesn't want the house. Well, so he said, Aunt Leslie, I don't want what's in the house. I said, Cameron, nobody does. Actually, I do. But I told him, I was like, I don't care what you do with it. He's like, look. I said, the only thing I asked him, because Cameron and I talked about it, I said, Cameron, I'm all for it. Mom's putting everything in Cameron's name because, first of all, Mom said, Les, you're not in the best of health. She said, I don't know how much longer your father and I have, but you're not in the best of health. And I don't want you to have to deal with everything, especially your sister. She said, Cameron can deal with his mother. And I said, Mom, what makes you think I can't deal with Cheryl? She said, Les, it's not that. She says, I know you can deal with her. But she said, your health is declining. And she says, I do not want this for you. But Cameron knows exactly what I want done. And I said, well, Cameron and I already discussed. And I already let him know I was fine. I said, I'm not going to fit. Cameron just looked at me and said, Aunt Leslie, you can have it all. I said, Cameron, I'm not that type. I don't want it all. I said, there's really only 6 things that my mom has that I want. And she already gave me one of them. I said, I'm not that way. I never was that way. So everything's just being left to him and it's just going to be easier. He already knows the money. I already know. Cheryl's will be doled out to her because my sister, as y'all know, can't handle money. I'll be giving mine. I said, Mom, I don't want a motorcycle. I can't ride anymore. I can ride, Sandra. Any day that I'm feeling good. Sandra, it's a good day for me to ride. I don't have a specific day. It's just when I'm feeling good. But you know, for me to get on, I can't get on a Harley anymore. And to drive it and ride it and everything, you know, I can't do that. I can ride on one, but I can't anymore. I said, I don't want your truck. I can't get in it. And I said, besides, I don't want anything that huge. You know, I don't want it. You know. Cameron said, what am I going to do with another vehicle? I said, get rid of some of the other ones you have. I said, come on now. And I said, I'm not attached to the house. I said, Cameron, sell the house or rent it. I don't care. Either way. Sell it or rent it. Doesn't matter to me. I still get a third of the money. You know, I said, I don't care. I don't get attached to a house like that. Especially where the house they're building and the one that they have. Now I like this place because I like the land and the space. I have a lot of it. Yes. But you know, at first I was really hurt. But now I'm like, I am so fine with it. Maggie, you have a good night, honey, and thank you for coming in. But I was really hurt at first because I didn't understand why my parents would do that. And then after I got thinking about it, and yeah, my mom just doesn't want me to go through it. And Cameron and I have already talked about it. And that's the only thing I told Cameron. I said, lock it up until I'm ready to go through. He said, you got it. Ultimate ride free from Tuesday through Thursday. Well, if I feel good, I'll contact you. I'd be like, Sandra, why don't you all come on over? Let me take a ride. Oh, God, to get on the motorcycle again. But, yeah. So now my parents, they're going back and forth, and my mom can't make up her mind, and I'm like, just go with it. You said you didn't like the house anyway, it was too much for you. At least you'll move into a house, you have the kitchen that you want. You'll have a true chef's kitchen with industrial ice maker, that's what she wanted. Les, I miss your coloring pics of the little pirate kid on the wall behind you. It's still there. It's still up there. I'm just sitting a different way on the table, but um it's still up there. I'm not allowed to take it down. I've tried to take it down twice. I'm like, I'm gonna have to color another one. What I'm gonna have to do to replace it. I'm like, that's crazy. That is freaking crazy. So now they're going through this, and I said, and plus you don't. It's not like you have to move in one day. You know, I said, Mom, you own this house. You can come every day if you want, or Dad, or whatever, and move shit slowly. Just get a moving truck for the big stuff, and for the other stuff you're not going to use every single day. I said it's not going to be as hard as you think, especially when everybody else is doing the work. I was like, you know, Cameron and them will help you. Don't ask me. Mom knows better than ask me. I mean, if I was younger and able to, yeah, of course I'd move. So, Al and Linda. My grandfather rode motorcycles. I did. I can't no more. Maybe a four-wheeler. But I'm going to go ahead and go because I'm going to finish my brownie and then I'm going to go to bed. I really am. I'm tired. I've been up. Got up early this morning. Went to bed. But 10 o'clock last night. I shouldn't say I went to bed. I fell asleep. So, and I really am getting tired. Yeah, it's my snacking. It's a huge brownie. Have you been to your parents' home? Really? Awesome. Has he been inside it? That's who I was wondering if it was. Okay. Well, you have a good night, honey. Good to hear from you that you're doing better. Oh yeah, I'm doing better. I'm even, like I said, I'm even doing better around the house. I was just a lump for so long. Sarah, see you next time. Shady, see you next time too. Has he been? Hey, Sandra, has he been inside my parents' home? No, just so him check out the bike. Oh, oh. I'll look for you on Facebook. Yeah, please do. It's, you can't miss me. It's my big old mug right there. Was the game. There says I have. Oh, you've been inside? My mom has a curio cabinet, um, right there in the living room. That's up against the wall that goes to the kitchen. Um, I want that curio cabinet of hers. She said I'm gonna have to take that off of her when she's dead. I was like, don't tempt me. Several times. Yeah, the house has been never been completely finished. Yeah, I know the back porch. My dad has been trying to put a back porch on that damn thing since I was 13 years old. Is yet to be have one finished. He'd get almost done and decide to tear it all down. Then he'd come up with a different design, get it almost done, and then tear it down. Now there's no back porch at all. I'm like, Dad, don't you think maybe you should have one put on there? Or just left it because it never used to have one. I love decks. So do I. But what I love more than decks is a porch with a lid and a ceiling fan. Holly Gribble, hello. Just get ready to leave, honey. I tell you what, I love my ceiling fan out there. You guys, I recommend all to have a porch with a lid and a ceiling fan. Dead serious. Makes a world of difference. It truly does. But I do love decks. I had a huge tree fall on my house. My roof is all messed up, and I'm fighting with my. Oh, why is your insurance? That's why you have insurance. A tree fell on my house. Pay for it. Never get Liberty Mutual home insurance. No. That's your amazing. Love you. Always and forever blessings to all of you and your family, especially your grandbabies. My grandbabies, and a porch swing. Yeah, we're gonna get a porch swing. I love to swing out there. Yep, it's been a month. Oh my god, I'd be pissed off. A tree fell on my house. This is what I pay you guys for. Fix it. Fix it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go, y'all. I really need them. I go back. So I hope everybody has a great day, or a great night, and a great day. Thank you all for coming in, for participating. listening to me vent. Did you plan anything with your kiddos? Mm-mm. No, because um I had to find somebody to help me do some work, and we finally found somebody to help us do some work. And he's pretty cheap, and so I told him what I wanted to do and what dug out, so that way we can put stuff in. Um, One thing I'm definitely putting in is I want a lilac bush for my grandmother. That was her favorite, and write me, Les. I will. Okay. Okay. And I love my grandmother, so it was her favorite, and so I at least want one or two along the back, and maybe one or two um along the sides. So you know, it was her favorite. So for my grandma. So everybody, thank you for coming in, participating, listening to me rant. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go. Hope you all have a great night and a great day, and we'll talk later.